Good evening. Unemployment in the Midlands has risen sharply. There are now more than 250,000 out of work in this region, nearly 1 in 10 of the workforce.
Figures released today show the jobless figure surged by 16,000 in the last quarter. It means there are 253,000 people out of work here, equivalent to a city the size of Wolverhampton. The unemployment rate of 9.2% is the second highest in the country. Only the northeast of England is higher. Well, in a moment, we'll be hearing from the new regional chairman of the Institute of Directors. First, though, our business correspondent Peter Plisner reports from Birmingham Airport, where there's the prospect of thousands of new jobs.
Laying foundations for growth and future job creation. Amid the gloom of yet another rise in unemployment, this new road is part of a development that could mean thousands of new jobs. 500,000 tonnes of soil has been moved to clear a path for what will be a diversion of the A45 trunk road around Birmingham Airport's new extended runway. Construction work here has already meant 100 jobs, and contractors are legally required to take on some workers who are unemployed. That's helped people like Nardeep Singh find work after several months without a job.
It was a good opportunity for me. I was looking for work, finally come here the one day, got the opportunity to work. I didn't think I'd get the work here, to be fair with you, but yeah, I did, and enjoying every bit of it. There's plenty to do, plenty of new things here, plenty of things you can learn.
Although it doesn't look like it, this road's due to open at the beginning of July. Once the traffic's using it, they'll then dig up the old A45 and extend the runway across it. This and other developments across the airport have been valued at just under £100 million. In another part of the airport, another big project, this time a new hangar for Monarch Airlines. When it's open, there'll be 150 new jobs, with more in the future. Officials at the airport maintain that over the next few years there'll be thousands more.
Just as a result of the runway extension alone, we expect to see another 2,500 jobs at the airport by the end of the next decade. And that will be further supported by another 250,000 jobs across the West Midlands region.
Big infrastructure projects do provide a welcome jobs boost, but that's not repeated everywhere in the region, and that means more people relying on job centres like this one in Birmingham.
There's jobs you can see, but you can't really get the job because there's too many people after the same job all the time.
There's loads of firms out there offering apprenticeships, but I'm 34 years old and I'm too old to do that.
Terrible. Well, I've just been made homeless, so it's even worse for me.
The future may be bright in some parts of the region, but elsewhere the economy is clearly struggling to take off. Peter Plisner, BBC Midlands Today at Birmingham Airport.
Well, joining us now is Jason Woorer. He's a director at East End Foods in Birmingham and the new regional chairman of the Institute of Directors at 35, the youngest person to hold the role. Congratulations. Good evening to you. It's coming at a difficult time that you take on this post. Terrible figures today. What do you put it down to?
I think it comes down to confidence. There has been extremely poor confidence. The euro crisis continues to take its grip. But saying that, there are some very, very good success stories in the Midlands. Some great businesses trading their way through the tough times.
As an organisation, though, what can you try and do to put things right for those who are struggling?
It's important to create good leadership, strong leadership in a business. And at the Institute of Directors, this is what we're all about. Professional development, guiding leaders, peer group learning. All of these factors help with sometimes, leaders can be in a lonely place. So it helps them to talk to their peers and work their way through the difficulties. It's
a difficult equation, isn't it? Because jobs are rising at one of the fastest rates in history, in fact. Yes. 1 million jobs have been created, I think, in this Parliament. Yet there are still more people out of work than ever, although there are more people in work than ever.
I think one of the anomalies is how those figures may be calculated. There may be more part-time jobs or temporary jobs available. So there is a slight background to the information.
And of course, some areas are racing away with growth. Indeed. And doing really well. Others are sort of stuck in the mire and not moving.
Again, I would say I put that down to leadership. There's brilliant opportunities out there. Brand Britain has a lot of value in around the world, and that really can help us dealing with the export markets. We are working on a globally competitive, business world, and the best will win.
What about your business? How's that going?
It's going very well. It's you know, been tough for the past 5 years, but we're working our way through it.
How are you succeeding to work your way through it then?
Well, we innovate. We make new products. We're dealing with India, for example, selling spices back to India, and you find new markets, new customers, and work a little harder.
Jason Warrer, thanks very much indeed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Coming up later.